Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Can you believe it's already time for part 5 of our Christmas fact countdown? Time flies when you're having fun, especially when you're swimming in holiday cheer. We've got 25 more fun facts about Christmas traditions, history, and maybe even some wacky stuff from around the world. You ready to jingle all the way to the end of this festive fact-finding mission? Let's do it. Here's part 5, with 25 final festive facts to wrap up the holiday cheer. All right, fact fans, let's kick things off with a classic. You know that image of Santa Claus we all have in our heads? The jolly guy with the white beard, reindeer, the whole shebang? Well, we can thank Clement Clarke Moore for that. His poem, A Visit from St. Nicholas, which you might know as 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, basically invented the modern Santa Claus back in 1823. Before that, Santa was way different. I'm talking like maybe even a little scary, but Moore's poem, it painted this magical, heartwarming picture of Christmas Eve that stuck with us. Hold on to your Santa hats, folks, because this next fact takes us all the way back to 1898. That's right. We're talking about the year Canada decided to spread some Christmas cheer through the mail. They issued the first ever Christmas stamp. And get this, it featured a map of the British Empire. Talk about a global holiday greeting. Okay, let's talk about Charles Dickens for a sec. You know him, right? The guy who basically wrote the book on Christmas spirit. Well, get this. He cranked out his masterpiece, A Christmas Carol, in just 6 weeks. Can you imagine writing a book that famous and influential that fast? Dickens didn't just write a story, he changed how people saw Christmas. Thanks, Dickens. Let's take a trip across the pond to London, England, back in 1891. Harrods introduced the first ever department store, Santa Claus. Can you imagine the looks on those kids' faces when they saw Santa hanging out in a store? You ever notice how candles just make everything cozier, especially during the holidays? Well, in Scandinavian countries, lighting candles at Christmas isn't just about the ambiance, it's a beautiful tradition. During the winter, these countries get very little sunlight. So they light candles to symbolize hope and warmth during the darkest time of year. It's a reminder that even when it's dark outside, there's always light and joy to be found. South Africa's crunchy Christmas treat, fried caterpillars. All right, folks, get ready for a fact that's a little different. In South Africa, they have a unique Christmas delicacy, fried caterpillars. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, they're the caterpillars of the emperor moth, and they're considered a real treat. Hey, who am I to judge? Different cultures, different Christmas snacks, right? Now let's jet over to Italy, where Santa's got some competition in the gift-giving department. The children there eagerly await La Befana, a friendly witch who delivers presents on Epiphany Eve, January 5th. Legend has it, she brings good kids sweets and toys, while the not-so-good ones get coal. Sounds like La Befania's got Santa's naughty or nice list figured out. In Denmark, they take wishing good luck to a whole new level on Christmas Eve. How? By smashing plates? That's right, they gather up old dishes and playfully hurl them at their friends' and neighbors' doors. It's a way of saying happy holidays and hoping for good fortune in the coming year. Just maybe don't try this one at home. In Japan, the Christmas meal of choice is KFC, I'm not kidding. People order their buckets of fried chicken weeks, sometimes even months in advance. It's all thanks to a brilliant marketing campaign from the 1970s that just stuck. So if you find yourself craving a drumstick this Christmas, you're not alone. Picture this, a snowman so tall it puts all other snowmen to shame. Back in 2008, the fine folks of Bethel, Maine, built just that, a snowman over 122 feet tall. Let's talk eggnog, that creamy, dreamy holiday drink that everyone seems to either love or well tolerate. Did you know this festive concoction originated in England? The name eggnog actually comes from the word noggin, which means a small wooden cup they used to drink it from. The largest gingerbread house ever built was a whopping 21 feet tall and used almost 4,000 pounds of sugar. That's a whole lot of gingerbread, folks. You know that cozy image of chestnuts roasting on an open fire? Oh, well, we can thank the Victorians for making that a holiday staple. They popularized roasted chestnuts as a Christmas treat. Let's head south of the border to Mexico, where tamales are a traditional Christmas dish. These little bundles of deliciousness are often served during Las Posadas, a 9-day celebration leading up to Christmas Eve. Is there anything more comforting than a mug of hot chocolate on a chilly winter day? This chocolatey goodness is a holiday favorite all over the world. In many Latin American countries, they like to spice things up with a dash of cinnamon. You know that festive holly we use to decorate everything at Christmas? Well, it turns out this plant has a long and storied past. The ancient Druids considered holly to be sacred because it stayed green all year round. They believed it symbolized life and rebirth. Let's talk about Santa's sleigh for a second. Have you ever stopped to think about the logistics of delivering presents to every child in the world in one night? It's mind-boggling. According to some very serious wink-wink calculations, Santa's sleigh would have to travel at a mind-blowing 650 miles per second to get the job done. You know those beautiful nativity scenes we see everywhere at Christmas, the ones with Mary, Joseph, baby Jesus and all the animals? Well, we have St. Francis of Assisi to thank for those. He created the very first nativity scene back in 1223 as a way to celebrate the birth of Christ. Have you ever heard that no two snowflakes are alike? Well, it's true. Each snowflake is a unique masterpiece of nature, shaped by tiny differences in temperature and humidity as it falls from the sky. Gather around, tree lovers, for a tale from long ago. The very first Christmas tree to grace a public square popped up in Riga, Latvia, way back in 1510. You know that heartwarming tradition of caroling? Well, it has roots in something called wassailing from medieval England. People would go door to door, singing songs and wishing their neighbours good health and fortune in exchange for a little something to warm their spirits, like cider or ale. Let's give it up for Santa's elves, the unsung heroes of Christmas. These hard-working folks toil away in Santa's workshop all year round, making sure all those presents are ready for delivery. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Christmas shopping. The average family shells out over $1,000 on gifts each year. You know that magical tradition of lighting up our Christmas trees? Well, it all started in Germany back in the 17th century, and guess what? They used real candles. In many cultures, toasting with champagne on Christmas Eve is a sign of good luck and prosperity for the new year. So raise a glass, make a wish, and let's ring in the new year with joy and hope. Well, there you have it, folks. 25 more amazing Christmas facts to add to your holiday repertoire. We've traveled the world, explored traditions, and maybe even learned a thing or two about the history of our favorite holiday. I hope you had as much fun on this festive journey as I did. Now, I want to hear from you. Which fact surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more awesome content. From all of us here at Let Them, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a happy and healthy New Year.